Stan, Brad was saying about Jerebko that he thought maybe you guys played a little bit more at the 3 than he's playing this year. Was that the case?
No, we played him almost all at the 4.
Oh, you did?
I think actually Brad's used him more at the 3 than we have.
Okay. All right. Well, can you just talk about what you've seen of him on film and what you thought of the way he's playing this year?
I mean, look, Jonas is a high energy guy. You know, plays at a real good pace, always hustling, can shoot the 3. But it's his energy, I think, that sets him apart and makes him a good player.
Brad was talking about, people were asking Brad about the trade deadline, and he mentioned some things about continuity. I think maybe even use you guys as an example of what you're trying to establish. So I guess, speak to the need. Everybody wants to talk about trades, I guess, and everybody speak to the need for continuity sometimes.
Yeah, no, I think it's really important, and I think we're at the point, certainly, that would have to be anything that we would view as almost a no-brainer, a major upgrade. We're not gonna make any moves that would sort of be lateral, and we're not going to move assets, things that we consider assets, for guys on expiring contracts. You know, to just try to chase it for 1 year and then lose a guy. We're still in the building phase, and we're going to protect our assets going forward.
How valuable is continuity when you're talking about building a franchise?
Well, I think it's really important. I mean, obviously, you know, the Celtics in '08 were able to turn over their team and do it in 1 year, but that's a pretty rare thing. Most of the time, you see groups that have been together over a period of time. Again, unless you're going to make, as the Celtics did then, such a major talent infusion. I mean, you know, getting Kevin Garnett when he was still in his prime and Ray Allen, obviously you can turn it a little quicker, but unless you're going to make a major talent infusion, I think having continuity, continuing to build is the way to go.
Having said that, Coach, you've had Reggie for a year. Did he surpass your expectations in terms of his leadership, his ability to handle the ball?
I think we had high expectations for him. I think that was obvious in the fact that we dealt for him and then signed him and the whole thing. So our expectations were high, and he's done a good job. I mean, he's had a very, very good year. And the thing, you know, I put on top of that, I tell people, if you look at all those point guards moved last year at the deadline, Brandon Knight, Isaiah Thomas, you know, those guys all, you had to give up first-round picks to get all of those guys, and we didn't. So I feel like we did a good job in that deal, and Reggie's played very well, obviously.
Stan, you coached Dwight Howard for a number of years. Now you're coaching Andre Drummond. What are I guess maybe the biggest differences between the two, and how did coaching Dwight, how does that help you, I guess, coach another dominant big man?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know in that regard. I mean, you know, those kind of guys in most ways are pretty easy to coach, you know. Big, quick, active guys, you know, it makes it fairly easy. You know, the differences between them are in some ways minor. You know, Dwight was a little better defender at this stage. Andre's a little better rebounder, but they're both good in both of those areas. So, you know, I don't really like to get into a lot of player comparison stuff. They're both good players, both all-stars at a young age. Very fortunate to have them.
When's the last time you've been to Lowell?
I haven't been to Lowell in a long time now, a few years. You know, so yeah, haven't been back up there.
What can you take from those years coaching UMass Lowell?
Well, you know, I think you learn something on every stop along the way. But the main thing I take from it is, you know, I had the opportunity to coach some guys that I had, to this day, a great deal of respect for. You know, was in touch with one of them yesterday. You know, I think that's as time goes on and you get old like I am now, that's what you take from all the coaching, and I think all of us in the work. It's the people you get to work with along the way and the relationships you build, and I look back very appreciatively on those times, both the professionals that I worked with there and the players I got to work with. You know, it was a good 4 years.
Have you stayed in touch with Brian Karpf?
I haven't very much lately, no. Now, I keep up on those guys through other guys, so, but no, I haven't. But Brian was a hell of an athlete, and then ended up on the, you know, U.S. team handball team. I mean, he was just a terrific athlete for that level, and lucky to coach him. would love to. I mean, one of my real fantasies that'll never come true is, you know, you'd love to at some time be able to, you know, get everybody you ever coached in a room and just sort of, you know, almost like a high school reunion. But then for me, it would be coming from a lot of different places and just catch up with everybody because you got good feelings for all of those guys.